I know the Lakers. I mean, LeBron came here to finish his career, and I know the Lakers, thought that he would finish his career here. And I think that he's already been here 7 seasons. The next one will be his eighth. And the Lakers were so fortunate to have Luka Doncic basically just fall into their lap, and that just completely changed their timeline and the way that they're viewing things. Um, and now LeBron is 40 years old, and he's kind of like, you know, I mean, you could say he's, I don't want to say he's the odd man out, even if that's how he's feeling. But you got to realize at a certain point that, uh, when you have a 26-year-old super duper star like Luka Doncic, you got a 40-year-old superstar. Obviously, the 40-year-old superstar has to take a back seat, and he's no longer the priority. And I just think that and I've already said this. LeBron is kind of becoming that athlete who sticks around too long, and like we all remember Patrick Ewing with the Sonics and the Magic, and Hakeem with the with the Raptors, and if you make the cross sport analogy to football, Jerry Rice with the freaking Seahawks, and it happens, man. Some of these guys, when you're that great, and you're so used to the limelight, and it's hard to let it go. Um, but I just think it would be unfortunate if LeBron, at like I said, bro, he came here to finish his career, but he just won't. He just won't. He won't stop. Like he won't. He just keeps playing and playing and playing, and he's not happy. Like I said before, really, he should be like, it's like when Kareem was at the end of his career. You know, those last few years, Kareem, took a back seat, and the Lakers changed the way that they played. Previously, Kareem was the half court. Kareem was the first option, and then in '87 they switched things up, and of course, the fast break, which the Lakers were known for, that was always Magic, Byron and James. Before them, Norm or Jamal or whoever else. Whatever, Coop running the floor as well. And um, I remember by in '87, I think I eliminated, lost to Houston in the playoffs in 5 games. Next year they come back and they go, okay, we got a new game plan. Now it's going to be, not only is the fast break going to be centered around Magic, Byron, and James, but also the in the half court now. Magic is the first option, and then it's James, and then it's like Byron, more quick hitting type of offense in the half court even, and then Kareem is the fallback option, and when they need him, they can still go to him. And if you saw Game 5 against, I'm sorry, it was when that was Game 6 against Boston in '87. Kareem had 32 points, and then in Game 6, I think against Game 6 or 7 against Detroit the following year, when they needed a basket at the end of the game, they went to Kareem. I think he got fouled. I don't really remember, but it was still that he was still that unreliable when they needed him. And he just accepted that he was older, and now it was Magic's team 100%, whereas before they had shared the team. And he accepted that because he was 40 years old, 41, 42 years old. And obviously, you can't be the man forever. And he got 2 more championships out of that. He made the finals of last year, but injuries to Byron and Magic. They didn't really have a chance against Detroit that year. But then in Kareem, he got his welfare, his farewell. So I almost said welfare tour, his farewell tour, and that was the end of it. And he retired with dignity, right? And the way LeBron is doing this stuff, man, it's like imagine if Kareem was like, when Kareem was 40, right? So going to that 87 season after they got eliminated by Hakeem and Sampson. If Kareem was, and they come into camp and Pat's like, okay, we're going to do things differently now, even in the half court, Cat. You're going to be you're a fallback option now. It's Magic, Byron, and James. They're going to be our that's who our offense is going to be based around fully. Magic Kareem at 40 years old going, what the hell? What do you mean? What are you talking about? It's Magic. I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I have 6 MVPs and all these different things. I'm the all-time leading scorer. That would have been preposterous, and of course Kareem didn't do that. Now LeBron is not. LeBron is. I don't think it's the basketball aspect of it that bothers LeBron. It's just the fact that they've shifted the focus from LeBron to Luka. Basically, they're kissing. Well, before they always kiss LeBron's ass. Now they're kissing Luka's ass, right? And LeBron, it seems like he doesn't really like that. I read that that perhaps it was because they didn't offer a contract extension, which is why he was upset. But what do you call it? Said Rich said that they didn't ask for one. He and LeBron. So I mean, regardless, at the end of the day, no matter what it is, it's like LeBron should not expect at his age for the Lakers to still be, bowing down to him, right? He should just be having okay. We got Luka now. He should be excited. It's a pretty darn good Lakers team and roster that they put together. I don't care what the haters say. It's a pretty darn good roster, and LeBron should look at it. And LeBron should go, heck, man, I get to play with Luka Doncic and still Austin Reeves. We got DeAndre Ayton. We got Marcus Smart. I mean, there's really, honestly, there's not many. I mean, to make $52 million and play on a team like this, LeBron should be ecstatic, right? I mean, they're going to have a chance to compete in the West, and he's still not satisfied. But, it is what it is, man. I just think it would be unfortunate if he, he decided after this season that this wasn't enough and that he wasn't going to finish his career. Even though he came here to finish his career, that's the point. He came here to finish his career, and then he's sticking around so long that even that seemed like it's going to be a change in plans, and it really shouldn't be that way. He should just be. He should just be like, okay, now I get to play, second fiddle, to Luka. And then after this season, obviously the Lakers aren't going to be looking to, have him at $50 million anymore. But whatever they can take him at a reduced rate, it allows them to still have, financial flexibility. That's something that LeBron should be interested in. I know the Lakers would be interested in having him in that capacity going forward. But I don't know. I mean, again, what Mark Stein said, it was just conjecture, speculation, right? You don't really know. But, I mean, obviously Mark Stein is a respected guy in the business. But, I mean, LeBron is the guy. I mean, he and Rich, they're the ones who set this off to begin with when they, when Rich released that statement. That's what started this whole thing. Before that, I was thinking, it was all good. He'd had Luke on the podcast and all that, and then they set off this, this firestorm. So you can't really. Even though I said last episode that I thought the media was being dishonest because they only cover the part of it that makes it look like there's like trouble in La La Land, right? It's like this turmoil and LeBron might want out. I only covered that part. When he showed up to Summer League the second time and he was, you know, taking pictures and dapping everybody up, all the Lakers who were there, you know, they didn't cover that because that doesn't get as many clicks. And I spoke about that in the last episode. But on the other hand, you can't really, I mean, you can't knock the media for covering this story when, you know, all LeBron had to do was just opt into the contract and then not release that threatening statement through Rich. But that's what started all of this. So it is what it is. Right? It would be unfortunate. Um, but you know, if he goes to Cleveland and finishes his career there, I mean that would still be kind of sad because, like I said, he left Cleveland and came here to finish his career here. So if he goes back, it's kind of like, bro, quit going back and forth, right? This will be his third time, you know, in Cleveland. But if it's Dallas or another place like that, it's kind of like, man, you're doing too much at this point. And you just hate to see that because he's been such a great player. You like to see guys retire with, you know, with dignity and with grace, and know when it's over and when to bow out, and know how to retire, you know, um, in a way that allows the for a storybook, you know, or an ending that everybody remembers as something that was, you know, like a positive, you know, instead of a negative.